Hello and welcome to a Smurd P video, and today we are looking at TransArt Metal Jungle Metal Spider BWM08 Queen, L Spider Queen. I probably could do that completely wrong, and there's probably a better way to do that. So this is number 8 in terms of their Beast Wars figure releases, and I feel like this is probably the most smallest and perhaps fragile figure that they've released so far, and probably the most riskiest for them, because up until now they've done sort of big-ish figures that have been quite solid, etc. And this is quite a smaller figure. So this is Transmetal 2 Blackarachnia, and this is from season 3 of Beast Wars. Now, I've got to say, I was a little bit disappointed with TransArt because they've jumped maybe to pick easier options with season 3 rather than finishing off season 2 for us, because I felt like they were really on it and on a real roll in terms of delivering that. So from that perspective, a little bit disappointed, but hey, it is what it is. On the back, I love this bit where you've got I can't think of the episode off the top of my head, but it's the one where she basically she's trying to they try and take away some of her programming, etc. After she has a failed attempt with the Transmetal 2, and it takes her dying to actually activate that thing, similar to Cheetah, because if you think about how Cheetah became Transmetal 2, he almost dies in that process. Anyway, first things first, I effed up big time. So I just put the figure comes with a stand, as you can see, and I put the stand on there. So the first bit is there's these, and you have to, when you take them out, very carefully sort of bend this bit here, but this bit is so thin that it snaps, and I was doing so well, and I was really happy with myself. And then I think it was the second to last one, and I did it, and all it takes is a little bit too much pressure. You can see the thinness there, and it's just gone. I absolutely gutted yesterday, because I don't know what it is. In the last few months, I've had a Super 7 figure break on me, I've had a 3-0 figure break on me, and now a TransArt figure break on me. And I'm not sure. I'm usually generally careful with it, but perhaps they're not making robust figures like they were. I was super surprised with Super 7's Transaurus Rex, because here's a massive peg that and all it took was I was just pulling it out of the hole to change the hands, and boom, it snapped. 3-0, that's a different kettle of fish. It's a peg, super thin. So with this, it is a super thin leg, and you know, I think there's been numerous breaks from numerous people. I don't know those people. I didn't know about it. I actually saw it on Show's store when I was purchasing it, that it had this sort of warning around it. So which made me watch the video and specifically check how you do that. So just be very careful. I think even now, if I'm doing something with this figure, I think I still need to be careful. There is a lot of weaknesses. There's another section which they highlight, which is on the back, which is around these clips here, where I think they say that they could easily damage. Oh my goodness, right, there we go. That's a good start, isn't it? Me dropping stuff. Where the hell is that gone? Right, firstly, this is my first big bugbear of the day from this figure. Why the F in hell have you, sorry, let me get this into a nice position. Why on earth do we need to see robot boobies? I don't feel like I need to see robot boobies. It's they clearly did this in the show to identify Blackarachnia as a female transformer, but they did not need to do that. Secondly, TransArt, we did not need the robot bra. As far as I'm concerned, this is part of her makeup in terms of her body. So absolutely ridiculous. I have no idea where they've done that. So I'm absolutely bonkers. Right. So firstly, this is super shiny. So I'm hoping it is coming along quite nicely and on the screen. And it's very big. I've got my bloody thing there. It's really not helping there. So these things get in my way constantly. Hence why, be careful, because all it takes for you to do is knock them and they are done. Right, let me try and... let's try and do this. Right, there we go. Sorry, we got some clean washing in the background that I haven't put away. There we go. All right, we can get her in a little bit closer. So you see that is a beautiful, beautiful head sculpt. They have done a fabulous job on there. Even to the point that I never realized that this side was different to this side. So they've clearly paid attention to what she looks like on the show. She's got the nice sort of dark metallic blue that almost looks like dark sort of slime, etc. Beautiful boots, etc. Now, my other biggest gripe is heels. Because she has the heels, this is a nightmare figure to stand. I kid you not. Hence why I started with the stand, etc. So I just wanted to point that out. The other thing that irritates me is there's no movement here on this bit here. I would have liked this bit to be a bit moving. Instead, you've got to do it up there a little bit. So that bugs me. So if you look there, she has the nice, beautiful blades that she had. I can't... oh, no, they do. Oh, man, that's even better. Sorry. I haven't tried this yet. Oh, okay. It doesn't always... it would have been... so she didn't always have them out, if I remember right. It used to flick out when she wanted them. So it would have been cool if you could pull them right back, but you can't get them like that, which looks awesome. I love them. I feel like they are absolutely amazing in there. Oh, man, I'm just popping stuff off again. There we go. Right, we've lost the bra again. That's another thing as well. The bra just seems to pop off all the time, and it is very annoying. Very annoying. Very, very silly gimmick. I'm usually quite impressed with TransArt stuff. I usually have barely minimal things to gripe about with these figures because they do such a good job. And then on the back, you've got the whole body. Now, you do manage to put that on there as a whole, which is very, very creative. However, if you take it off, I'm just going to carefully pop it off. So you just got these sort of two little points here, and then the 2 points there, and you got to carefully maneuver it in there, and then you get it on there. But she is so much freer with it off. I mean, that's how, in my mind, she should look at all times. Hey, I've got her standing up. Look at that. We have her standing up. That is a great moment for me. So, this is where... I'm just going to move this to the side. This is a big part of, obviously... oh, my goodness. That is just typical. How I'm feeling with this figure at the moment. So, you do have this beautiful piece here. And this does become a bigger part of when she turns into that Transmetal spider. Secondly, I have to apologize. There is some road work clearly going on my road. So I'm hoping you do not hear too much of that background noise. In fact, I'm just going to quickly go close my window and hopefully that will drown some of it out. Alright, so I thought now was actually a good time just to quickly bring in Blackarachnia, which is Takara's Transformers Masterpiece version, etc. So obviously she was Blackarachnia this version for about 2 and probably a good quarter off the 3rd season. So this was this is homage this, and obviously she wanted more power. She was still a little bit Predacon, etc., but she was fighting for the Maximals, etc., but she still wanted more power. She wanted to be better compared to what she was seeing on the battleground. She was seeing that perhaps in this form she wasn't going to be as strong in some of those battles, etc. You may have noticed I've just taken off the one on there so it looks a bit even. It is obviously going to be annoying. I will reach out and ask for a replacement, and I'm hoping I get one if this is a common issue along the thing. I feel like if they knew it was a common issue, maybe they should give in a couple of spares perhaps, and then maybe that would have, or maybe that was just, maybe that would have cost more than just dealing with a few silly moments, etc. But you can see how good they look together. They're a nice similar size. It's hard because I've got the things in there. Yeah, they're about the same sort of size. These are a little bit sort of thicker and a bit more defined, and probably a little bit more like Tarantulas from season 2 in particular as well. My goodness, you are not going to stand up. There we go. So you can see that, and that's the whole idea. She's gone from being just a transforming into a spire to a real robot spire. Do you get what I mean? I hope that actually makes some sense. Obviously, the weapons are different as well. So let me just shift this out. We can focus back on Blackarachnia herself. So she does have the gun. This box. Let me just move that out of the way. Yeah. God, man, I'm not kidding. It does make me worry. So she does have the gun, which just sort of sits on there rather than being able to hold it, etc. And it's pretty much similar to toy, except it doesn't have a stringy piece on there. And you can tell that that is going to become the face when she transforms as well. So I'm really looking forward to seeing how that turns out, etc. So let's look at articulation. Once again, I'm a little bit worried about articulation with this figure moving around. So you can see that there is movement there. So you can move these back out of the way if you so choose. Probably doesn't look as cool as well. There is a bend there, and this is on a ball joint as well, so you can carefully move it. I'm not going to try and do that on camera because I'm worried about these things. So that I hope that emphasizes the worry about this figure. The head can turn all the way around, and the neck actually moves up rather than the actual head, but she can also move it down as well. So you just gotta, it's probably a bit of a weird thing to do, etc. Now you've got these pieces here, so you're never going to get the full 60 there. So just be aware of that. And because that piece is there as well, you're going to struggle to bring it up. Now there is movement on here, on the shoulder. She does have a double on the hand as well, which is very cool. I keep bloody moving that damn bra. I've shown you already, there's no real articulation on the hands. So just be, once again, they're sort of static things, so be careful. There is movement on the chest under here. Sorry, I keep moving it down. There, she can do the full splits very nicely. No swivel on the thigh. Swivel on the knee though. And then that's almost like a single there. Yeah, I'm a little bit anxious about that. There, you could definitely move it forward and backwards, but I'm not sure about a lefty and a righty. Okay, so there is articulation. So all in all, I do like this figure, but I am worried that I'm gonna break her with a little bit too much ease. So I'm gonna go Transformer, and we can have a closer look at her beast mode. Sorry, not alt mode, beast mode. Right, so here is Blackarachnia in her spider mode. Now, I feel like I do remember the original toy had sort of like a little couple of wheels to make it into a sort of car mode. But that is obviously not the case. So in general, actually, this is pretty much the backpack off the figure. You can have this on the figure if you like. I would suggest you don't, because it doesn't make the figure look as beautiful as what it is. It also makes that a backpack, so it creates a problem. Now you can already tell from where I've broken that leg. I'm down to 3. However, it has not affected it, but I still felt nervous moving those legs. So I'm just going to carefully move it around. And it does fit really, really nicely on the stand. And then you can see the head sculpt. Now, get this into position. So this bit looks really, really good. I love how this looks. However, I do wish that there was a bit more movement with these arms. I would have preferred them just to the side slightly. Now, I've seen people rotate them slightly, etc., to get that sort of thing. I feel like where they come in, they're just straight there. It's a little bit much because you've got these, obviously, these tenons here, and then you've got the teeth in there. So these just to the side as a sort of a scratchy thing at the front would have been absolutely amazing. So in terms of articulation in this mode, once again, you've got the legs that you can maneuver into place. And I will put this on the ground before I finish up. So you do have potential there. I'm just going to carefully lift this up here. So you can see underneath, it all does fit really, really nicely. The transformation, I'm not going to lie, I don't enjoy transforming, especially the smaller figures, because there are little points to be careful of. There are a couple during this transformation, so I suggest you do go check out somebody who's transformed it. I will certainly share a link to the guy that I go, or lady that I go and watch, and they just put music on and they show it off, and it's absolutely amazing. I think they get these figures before everybody else, and they do a damn good job, and I always enjoy watching their video because it shows me exactly what this figure is about usually, and how to transform him, which is the bit that I get nervous about, because these don't come with instructions. So you can see the kibbles in there, and then you've got this little backpack here. Now I think the only thing that I struggled with was getting these to stay in here. Obviously they're there because I've clipped that in there, so they've stayed there really, really nicely. So I'm just going to put this on the floor, and then we can have a look at it from that point of view. So just confirm it, I hope I pronounce this correct, it's Motion that I go and check out, how they transform it, etc. And just a few little bits and bobs. Like I said, they don't put any sound, but they do some brilliant shots. They just shove the figure very, very nicely. And I think they're very top of their game anyway, certainly. So hence why I go to them. So I suggest I'll put a link in their video below, because I always appreciate good reviewers like that. And so just coming back to this figure, so I got this from Show Store, just no thanks to Frank. I'll be honest, I'm not always financially sound, so I was a little bit late, and he allowed for me to pay off my my pre-order a little bit later. But you can see it does, it looks absolutely gorgeous. It is a beautiful mode. I may keep it in this mode for a little bit. I did that for a while with Rat Trap. I only changed him back to robot mode the other day, but you can see it just looks absolutely, it is a good figure. It does look really, really nice. I think they've done a good job. There are a few weaknesses. This isn't the best that TransArt have delivered, let's be honest, but they've still delivered it. I'm hoping I get a replacement leg. That would be my biggest disappointment if I didn't get a replacement leg. I would feel very frustrated by that. And like I said before, that's the biggest thing to be careful with, is the legs. The biggest weakness is that. And just be careful when you transform it. That's the other bit. Take your time. There's nothing worse than damaging one of these figures, etc., especially considering this isn't the most expensive TransArt, but it was still pretty penny, so to speak. So anyway, I hope you like my review. If you do, please support my channel by subscribing. I really appreciate that. Thank you to everybody that does support me. You folks mean a lot to me. Without you, I don't have a channel. Make sure you look after yourself. Very important these days. And as always, embrace the geekiness. Take care. Goodbye.